Welcome to Kansas Speedway as we get you ready for round number 2 of the TI Racing Gen 4 Series. It is a fun track, mile and a half, with multiple degrees of banking, and it is here for race number 2. Qualifying currently underway on this 1.5 mile track. Of course, it is the Gen 4 Series, which is presented by Marion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. As we get ready to click our heels and go racing in Kansas. 76 degrees, 54% humidity. The time is literally flying as we will be under the lights before the end of this race, which is 90 laps long here this evening. So realistic weather, 76 degrees, 54% humidity, cloudy skies, and some wind actually at 12 miles an hour. So going to play a role when this is all said and done. Again, qualifying just underway. Got some cars running laps out there on the track. So, point standings as of right now. Of course, this is done over on the Sim Racer Hub. This is the first season that the league is using it. And you see Kyle Ethier off his win at Daytona. He is leading by 1 point over Randy Cornwell. Chris Lewis is 3 back in third. Casey McCann and Nick Uricchio. Now, they use a similar point style to IndyCar in a way. Basically, from 26 down to 1 for the top 25 positions. There's bonus points for most laps led, for the pole, and the fastest lap of the race. And then you have penalty points, like you see Colby Wells, Dominic Russo, Dennis Damron, and David Stringle. Those guys have 3-point penalties because they were blamed for accidents that happened last week that brought out yellows. So we'll be keeping track of that throughout the season and so much more. But yeah, we're ready to rock and roll. Speeds have been pretty fast. I've been sitting here watching practice here throughout as we get ready for the race, and I think you're going to see speeds continue to pick up. We've had some cars hold back on qualifying. Some cars have gone out and qualified. Colby Wells right now is on the pole. Stephen Melnick out there on track right now. Let's see who is, Drayton Cook's out there. So let's go follow Drayton. Drayton's up against the outside wall. I wonder if hopefully he's not having his connection issues again. That would surely stink. Here's Andrew Cawthon in the 12 car as he brings it down to the apron, crosses the start-finish line. Andrew will move up to the 11th position. Now I'm going to put this up on the screen here for a second. And I'm doing this more to fix an issue. I've noticed this in the last couple of broadcasts. And it's an error that I've made. And I don't know where I've made it. So I want to go in here real quickly. And forgive me as I put that up there. So we're going to watch qualifying here. But I'm going to see if I can fix my timing and scoring real quick. So I think where it's been done is... Nope. There's something. There we go. All right, so Colby Wells right now is on the pole. Tim Averill, P2. And the reason why you see the drivers kind of mixed up with each other on the grid also, it's just something I've never been able to figure out with the ticker and stuff. But as you see, it fixes itself as we get ready for the race. But qualifying is officially over. And Colby Wells is going to be on the pole as we let the timing and scoring go across the top of your screen. And the cars get set to rock and roll here for 90 laps of racing, just shy of 150 miles of racing, 40% fuel, which is going to lead to probably 4 stops, I would say, at least. But let's get the pole sitter up here to join us, that being Colby Wells. As get Colby up here with us. Colby, obviously, congrats on the pole award this evening. You got that Marion Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Toyota, Fiat, Porsche, every other car dealer you can think of out there, but you've got it on the pole.
It was surprisingly fast. I haven't had any practice this week. This is my only practice, so we'll see how it goes.
Nothing wrong with that. Well, nothing wrong being surprised either, but the main question I have for you tonight is what can we expect? Obviously, track's going to get tighter. It's going to bring more grip as it gets into the nighttime here, as the time is actually moving really quickly. So what are we thinking here? We're going to feel tight probably most of this race?
Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I've only run one race in this, and that was Daytona in this car, so I'm not really sure what to expect. Like you said, I think it transitions tonight. I think it'll be really loose off of the corners, so hopefully people can gather it up and we'll have a good green flag race and have some strategy involved.
All right, well, best of luck to you tonight, 90 laps, and maybe we'll talk in victory lane.
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. That is Colby Wells and TI Racing on the pole here this evening. As you see the grid going by, got 27 cars that are going to be racing here this evening. Tim Averill, and then you see on the outside of row number 2, the Daytona winner. That is Kyle Ethier. Chris Lewis down there in the bottom. Aaron Beaver there in P5 with Eric Tupper. Should be a fun race when this is all said and done. Kansas, it was one of my worst tracks, and to be just honest, I hated it. And then it's finally gotten better, and it's come to me now with the fixes they've done to it and stuff. And it's definitely a favorite to a lot of drivers. The longest straightaways of any 1.5-mile track as we come to the green flag. 90 laps of racing here in TI Racing's Gen 4 Series, presented by Marion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, green from Kansas. Our cameras tonight presented by TrackCams22.com. You check them out online on Facebook and the iRacing forums at TrackCams22.com. As one car gets loose down on the apron, that's Matt Kent. New driver there in the 5 car, the Kellogg's Cornflakes number 5. Good save on his part as we continue on. So the stride, Colby Wells leading lap number 1. Oh, and caution going to come out. Caution on the track. And Doug Bilhars is turned around over here and run the front straightaway in the 50. And that brings out caution number 1. We'll see what happens to the Mimsy driver. Back here, Sean Lester making his debut in an unsponsored 31 car as he starts to kind of push up a little bit there on Clement. Oh, and him and Clement come together. It looks like, though, we might have had some netcode involved. Both cars with some heavy damage. Yeah, there's definitely a good amount of space there. Now, would they have made contact? That's the million-dollar question. Either way, it did happen netcode-wise, and that brings out the first caution here on lap 2. And Doug going to be the only car coming to pit road, it looks like. I say that as Melnick, Martin, Russo, Drayton Cook, David Stringle, Damron and Willard and Lester all now join them on pit road as the TI guys stay out. Hello.
Hello, Scala.
Unmute your mic, Lewis.
When you switch me from booth to booth, it mutes me.
That makes no sense. Anyways, let's talk about something that makes sense. Cars. Selling cars. Something you like to do.
We do a lot of that.
You do.
We do a lot of that.
What do we got at Marion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram right now?
You've got $11,000 off on Rams.
You're $11,000 off on animals?
Yeah. The good kind, too.
Bad. In all seriousness, those are trucks, so that's a pretty good deal there. You always say the deals are, I don't want to use the word cheaper. Is that what the quote is?
It is. Prices are cheaper down the
cheaper.
mountain.
Yeah, there you go. So
we do have the best prices around. We sell to people all over the place. We sold to somebody in New York this week, California last week.
So you do a lot of selling online?
We do.
That's awesome. So there you go.
We do offer delivery.
Oh, I know somebody.
That's good.
Well, make sure you check out Marion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Look them up on Google. I don't know their website. Do you?
I do. It's MarionCDJR.com.
There you go. Check it out right now. Go back to racing.
Vote for TI Racing.
What? We're not voting for anything. This ain't November.
Well, TI Racing's the best. That's all anybody needs to know.
There you go. I'm unbiased now. I cannot say anything. Go back to your channel. Get off my lawn. All right. They are the sponsor of the series, so they get themselves a little plug. It's a pretty good deal to check out there. $11,000 off a Ram. I know prices have gone up all over the world, but you get yourself in a new Ram right now at Marion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. All right, so after the caution there on lap number 1, technically, we'll go back racing here at lap 5. Got the 3 TI cars up front there of Colby Wells, Tim Averill, Chris Lewis, Kyle Ethier's 4th, Aaron Beaver, P5 as we roll back to it. There is no restart zone in this series. Pace car pulls off. You can go. Almost too good of a start for Colby Wells. Is Averill going to dive it to the bottom here? Colby's got the groove that you really want around this track. That's that top side. So Bill Haar's 2 laps down after that damage to the back of his car as we continue on here. The 9, that is Dalton Wilson as he battles with the 115 of Eric Tupper, the 17 of Brett Rolls, the 95 of KT McCann, and you got the 10, that is, I want to make sure it's the same number 10, I think it is. Is that Dallas? It is Dallas Childers, but it's not Dallas actually in the sim. It is Lucas Strayer who has popped in this race somehow. Lucas Strayer and that Valvoline number 10 on track, 41 in the sim. That sun going to play a role here for a few minutes. Look over in the top right. You see the time is moving very quickly. I think it is moving at 4-1 still, which means that every 15 minutes is a full hour of track time. So the darkness is going to get here. Now, the one thing I will say here is in June, of course, we're about a week away. It's a week from tonight, is the longest day of the year. Now, all days are 24 hours long, but what I mean by longest day is the sunrise to sunset is the longest apart that you see. It's called the summer solstice. So it probably will not get dark for another hour sim time. So another 15, 20 minutes in race here, and we will be into darkness. As Wells is pulled away to a 1.1 second lead. Tim Averill starting to fall in the clutches of Chris Lewis here. Kyle Ethier still 1.8 seconds back. As Eric Tupper, Brett Rolls, Dalton Wilson, these guys battle out as Lucas Strayer gets up there real close to that 95 of, or I should say 97 of Aaron Beaver. Very easy to get loose. Remember, these cars, 950 horsepower, the old Gen 4 cars that you remember back in the 2000s before the old COT came out. These were the cars that everybody raced, and honestly, I think a lot of people want to go back to. Lewis putting some good pressure on Tim Averill back here for second. Kyle Ethier just kind of hanging tight back there. Let's go to the back here as Drayton Cook works his way up through the field in that number 8. He passes Alan Ayers in the 94. Going to come up on the back of the David Fight car, which is number 15. Did not get a chance to share this with you guys, so for those who want to have their own telemetry of the race tonight, let me grab this for you really quickly. Put it in the stream here for you. You can just copy that link or whatever. And you can have your own telemetry of this race and see who's running where. There's David Stringle in the 7, the Little Caesars car. Inside of the 94, makes the pass there. Those guys continue on. And we got the battle up here. That's, whoa, people getting loose, people hitting the wall. Got to be careful. This wall will grab somebody, and it's a very sticky wall. Now, of course, Thursday night, we're back here for the Truck Series at Kansas. Should be a fun race after a wild one at Daytona last week. You see the trucks here Thursday night, same time, 8:45 Eastern. We will get qualifying in and get the racing going here from Kansas Speedway. In the TI Truck Series, tonight the TI Gen 4 Series. As that's Eric Tupper is going to come to pit road, so I think we have the start of green flag pit stops right here. Tupper must be splitting this race into 15s, which would make 6 stops. Or 5. You got to cut one out. So what Eric needs is this race to stay green. Hopefully people practice their pit stops. Alan Ayers also on pit road here. Four tires and fuel. And here come the leaders to pit road. And now caution comes out. I just said you got to be careful. I don't know where the caution is, but caution is out. And hopefully those guys got to pit road before it closed. Is it Dallas that's the caution? I'll have to see here. I don't see any damage. Oh, KT McCann's got heavy damage on that 95. Let's see what happened. So right as green flag pit stops are starting up, caution 2 is out. KT has jumped to the pits. And again, the $1,000,000 question, did those cars get to pit road before the caution came out? Let's, KT's wrecking right here in turn 4. Oh, he gets clobbered by someone. So the question here, did KT call out his pit? As everybody's checking up, here comes Beaver, who just clobbers him. And nowhere to go is that 90... I'm trying to see what car that is. It might be Damron who got that damage. So now, let's go back to the caution here. It's Ronald Piles who got that damage. And he's 68. So, we're going to see if I can time this out. There's the contact. There's the spin. The caution should be out right here. So let's now go here and see if I can find a camera that shows caution lights. All right, so right here, green lights are on still. There's the red lights right there. So Colby Wells is okay. The rest of the TI crew is going to likely have to start at the back. Including, and then Kyle Ethier also. So a tough break for those guys. Colby Wells, though, is going to end up on the right side here of this whole situation. Glad the cameras were able to catch all that. So Eric Tupper is going to end up second, and he's going to catch a lucky break here. Brett Rolls is going to be third. So you have the first 2 guys that pitted on lap 15 and 16. The rest of this field came to pit road here. And then you're noticing the TI guys, and then Kyle Ether also is they're sliding their way to the back. As of the penalty there for, unfortunately, entering a closed pit. Yeah, my wheel's not plugged in. I was going to say, why can I not get the access to work for audio? Give me a second here. Let me plug in my wheel real quick. Wheel click. Quick. Not real click. I can't talk. Where's my plug for this thing? Be nice if I was organized for once. There it is. There we go. All right, going to bring it back to the green flag here. At lap number 20, so still got plenty of pit stops to go, plenty of strategy going to come into play, and Colby's not waiting. He gone. How about that 5 of Matthew Kent after his little whoopsies there on lap 1? He's worked his way up to the 5th position, clears the 9 of Dalton Wilson for position. The 8 of Drayton Cook took advantage of that caution. He's up now to the 7th position there in that 8 car. As Cawthon and Lester and David Fight all take advantage. As I mentioned, the cars in the back here had to start, tail end Charlie, and now have to go working their way through this field. And all starts right there with Kyle Ethier. As Kyle goes by Beaver. You see him going to try to catch Craig Martin. Don't worry, no rain in the forecast, by the way, tonight, so you don't have to worry about that. FYI, iRacing does not have rain. Up front, Colby Wells. That lead has come down. Eric Tupper on his rear. There's Lucas Strayer with him. I want to give a shout out to Casey Carrington, of course, with the onboard cameras that he created for this car. Big shout out to Case for doing this for us. Colby goes up to aero block of 115, leaves some room down there for Lucas on the bottom. You see Kent back to up to 4th now. Eric getting a little loose. And Tupper going to drop it down to the bottom. And not able to clear him. So now it's a matter of who can have the patience to work their way up through the field. You see Randy Cornwell back here with Drayton Cook. There's Sean Lester in that 31 car. As Ronald Piles in the 68 comes to pit road, unfortunately for Ronald. Drayton having some blinking issues. Hopefully it's not permanent. And up front, Colby Wells has lost the lead to Tupper, and now Lucas Strayer is going to try to get it. Sliding up the track. These cars are in y'all, getting real free, driving off the rear. Colby coming up back up here to join the battle. Going to bring Kent into this battle himself. And then Wilson right there behind those guys. 4 cars under a blanket here. I just realized that Lucas's car says Nickelback on it. Must be a tribute Valvoline paint scheme that I just don't remember for some weird reason. Usually I remember these paint schemes. As they settle down for a second, let's jump back here. A couple teammates, or actually look-alike cars, not really teammates, but the 12 and the 17 battle it out. Randy Cornwell joining his battle down to 22. As Colby Wells gets into the outside wall. So now the pole sitter in trouble. The good news about these cars, they're very durable. They can take hits like that as long as you don't just go destroying it. They can handle those kind of hits. Couple cars falling back here. Sean Lester, Drayton Cook. Kyle Ethier's been able to get by those guys. Matter of fact, out of those who got held back from the caution with the penalty and stuff, Kyle Ethier's been the best one so far through the field, I believe. Tim Abril still in 17th. Chris Lewis back to 20th. So the Daytona winner is flying through this field right now. Ooh, Red Sun at night. Sailor's Delight. Randy Slider on Dalton Wilson. I don't know if it's either just driving harder or if he's done a good job saving his tires here, but 31.26 last time by. There was no one else but Drayton Cook and Alan Ayers and Aaron Beaver and Dallas Childers were the only ones to run 31 seconds laps. Matter of fact, Dallas Childers was the second fastest on that lap. So either people are saving fuel here a little bit, or backing up the pace, or a couple of these cars are really just going hard right now, and I think we're hearing pit stops getting called out. Let's see who comes to pit road here. I think you're going to see the leader and third come in. Eric Tupper. Here comes Kent. As both the cars enter their stalls here. Should we see tires and fuel? Looks like tires for at least Tupper. You get 2 sets of tires in this series. Or actually, I'm sorry, it's 3 now, not 2, I think. I don't remember. I could pull up the rule book, I guess. Do I want to? No. This is me reading. 3 additional sets of tires. So there you go. All right, here we go. More leaders on pit road. Dalton Wilson, David Stringle, Aaron Beaver, Fight Lester. A lot of people on pit road now. Feeding time at the zoo. I mean, I think you're at lap 30 here. I think you take tires here. If you've got 3 sets to work with, you take some here. Then you take some at 60-ish, around that area. And then you come back at, and you still have that 1 set to use going into lap 90 in case you get a late caution. There's Kyle Ethier jumping now to the lead. Looks like Ethier, Kent, no tires. Tires for Strayer, tires for Tupper, tires for Wells, Cornwell. Melnick and Martin, no tires. And looks like everybody else is okay. Maybe a penalty for Dallas Childers. He's been on pit road for 40 seconds now in his stall. So here we go. Let the strategy begin. As Kyle Ethier leads now by 2.2 seconds over Matthew Kent. Lucas Strayer's 4.9 seconds back, but that number is going to drop really quickly because he's got 4 fuel goods. Eric Tupper, 5.8 seconds back. Colby Wells is 6.1 back, and then Randy Cornwell, 10 seconds back. Drayton still having his blinking issues, unfortunately. So here's your tire situation right here. Take a look at this. Here comes Lucas Strayer, who's the first one on 4 tires, going to get up here to the back of the 5, and he is literally going to go blown by him here. Now, the benefit to the 5 is he will have tires here available. He has an extra set still to go. And here in the next lap or so, you'll see Kyle Ethier get caught. This is part of this tire strategy. 3 wide back here for 3rd. Matthew, don't blink. You're in a sandwich. Check out back here. Stephen Melnick losing a spot. David Stringle going to go by for 13th. There's Aaron Beaver. The 97 going to go by. Behind them, the 018 of Tyler Willard. As Craig Martin catches the wall on the outside there, that orange 222. And now caution is out, trouble. And one car spun backwards, that's Sean Lester. And the other is someone. Oh, it's Damron in the 11, unfortunately. All right, so caution number 3 out. Let's see what happens here. Oh. Contact between Fight and Damron, and then Lester had nowhere to go and got in the back of him. I'm trying to see here if Fight came up or Damron came down or both. Well, David's down on the bottom line there, so I don't know if Damron just didn't get the message that somebody was below him or not, but he got turned, and unfortunately Sean Lester becomes victim also of that and brings out the second caution here, or third caution, I'm sorry. Leaders are in. Dalton Wilson's going to stay out, I think. And now you'll probably see the guys who have tires take them, and those who used a set going to go fuel only. So 49 laps to go here, just shy of halfway. Which means we're still got at least 2 stops left in this race, but this could lead into a fuel mileage race, because if they're going 15 to 16 laps, 15 times 3 is 45, 16 and 3 is 48, you'd have to be able to go 17 laps somewhere in a stint to get the other 2 to work. And Dalton Wilson now comes to pit road here, so... Interesting strategy. Oh, we got a break. Let's go back and look at it again. See if we can break down what happened. We'll bring out the third caution here. So Dameron comes down the track. But then, let's stop right here. They had the car saved, and Lester just unfortunately has the momentum and runs over the 11. All right, going to come back to the green flag here in half lap. And tonight it's the ARCA Series. Thursday night, the Truck Series, or ARCA Gen 4 Series. Tonight, the Gen 4, and then Thursday, the Truck Series here at Kansas Speedway for week number 2 of TI Racing. Strayer, Wells, Cornwell, Rolls, and Drayton Cook make up your top 5 as the pace car is going to pull off. It's our chance, thanks to our good friends at frontstretch.com, to turn it up here on the Captain Esports Network. Here we go. That, of course, brought to you by frontstretch.com. You can review all the action from Sonoma this past weekend. And obviously there's no Cup, Xfinity, or Truck Series racing, but there is F1, there's IndyCar, and more that will be covered at frontstretch.com. Make sure you go check that out on their website and more, plus Monday Night Racing from iRacing, and so much to check out there, including podcast and a lot of great content. Let's just put it like that. Check them out, frontstretch.com. Get signed up for the newsletter today. Colby Wells leading Lucas Strayer. by 0.6 of a second. And as I go looking through the times here, I couldn't help but notice, does not look like anyone took tires on that pit stop. It was everybody on fuel. So those who have the fresher tires are the ones that you're seeing work their way up here to the front, including Chris Lewis inside of Alan Ayers in the 94 car. Andrew Cawthon back there behind it. One car getting wiggly back there. Did Beaver save it? He's in the wall. And he hit that thing a ton, I think. He's keeping it up there. Not sure if something's broken or if he keeps going slow or he lets the field go by. Great move by Aaron. I saw him get all types of wiggly off turn 2. We stay green as Beaver's going to bring it to pit road. Drayton Cook under attack. That is Brett Rolls into 17. Slider coming. He's a dirt tracker. Drayton going to cross him over and then blink. Never a good thing. Brett Rolls, one of those guys I've seen race on dirt aplenty, so he knows how to do a slider. Kyle Ethier coming back through the field. There he is inside the 94 now. Takes that position away. Drayton going to clear the 17. So we've passed halfway now. And the question, will somebody try to do this on 2 stops? Let's go wake my boy up here for a second. Hey, buddy.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. What's up?
None, just watching this race.
So you think anybody can go 2 stops here?
I'm gonna leave that for them to figure. I'm looking at the lap times. I'm trying to see who's in the field, got a good enough car to get up here and give Kobe a run for his money.
For those who don't recognize the voice, that's Stephen Miles, former multi-time champion here, taking the season off. He's the admin watching the race, and figured he would be the one to ask because we went green at 47 laps to go, and we've seen most of the field do 15 or 16 or 17 laps on a tank, which puts us right on the number.
We might have a surprise winner in the back saving a little bit more, you know.
I wonder who that might be. I mean, I feel like we've had this at a 1.5-mile track before. You know, maybe like the last race of the season last season. Ooh.
Yeah, that's one way I lost the race, so I know who.
The 12 just literally chopped the nose of the 17, and Rolls goes up against the wall. I'm sure he's not going to be happy about that. He said, no soup for you.
222 Pittman.
So in that case, are you taking tires at this next stop and kind of going maybe no tires the rest of the way so it slows your car down?
12's pitting in.
Nah, Skyler, you know how we roll. We want them tires at the end.
I totally. Oh, Rolls had to check up. You about ran over Lewis. Logjam. Everybody's coming to pit road. And I'm going to say this now. If they're pitting right now, they're not making it on fuel. Because this is 57, 90, that's 40, that's 33 laps. You have to be able to go 17 laps to make it. Interesting. Well, I figured I'd get your input. You're the champ here. I mean, I only got lucky and won a race at Chicago once.
Pitting.
95 pitting. That's the white car. Don't hit
Anybody
me.
can win, man, when everything go right for you.
Oh, I heard that. At least somebody finally gets it. Anyways. All right, have fun. I'm going back to my room now. Stephen Miles, he's just letting him race. He's chill when he's not racing. Put it like, well, he's chill when he is racing too. But anyways. So Matthew Kent, Eric Tupper, Stephen Melnick, Stringle, and Dominic Russo all on pit road. Except for Dallas. Oh, Tim Averill in trouble. Gonna bring the caution out.
Talk about your perfect timing.
So once again, caution during the pit stops. Ryan Whitaker, please find another sticker for your YouTube page. That is ridiculous. What happened to April here? He out of fuel? Did the car not, like, fuel up or something? Yeah, he's out of fuel. So a second straight week, your champion has had trouble. He pitted, so something tells me that something did not fuel his car. Oh, how this Yahtzee shakes everything up. So Matthew Kent now going to lead this race, his first start in this series. And no pressure, he's up front here. And I think this is going to eliminate the fuel strategy here because we're going to have lap 60. If I'm in the back, I'm coming to pit road here and getting fuel. If I'm up front, I'm coming to get fuel. Now, it looks like after that stop, David Stringle, Colby Wells, Alan Ayers, Cawthon, Lewis, and Willard all took tires. Ryan Whitaker, how's the little one, buddy? Poop. That's a unique way of looking at it. All right, so Kyle Ethier, Cornwell, oh, Wells, Rolls. What's this? Racing? Awesome. Hope he's doing well, buddy. Hope mom's doing well, too. You, I don't care about. But Daytona is racing right now. What? I'm confused. Is Daytona a human? Thanks, buddy. And now here come other cars to pit road here. So literally everybody's coming in to top the tanks off. No, they're not real. These are actual, this is a simulator that we're racing on. And basically these are all people that are racing in their houses or somewhere. I am actually, what pit road? That's pit road. I'm sitting in my room right now. Simulator. Yeah, one of those. All right, so do we get one to go that time? What in the world is going on right now? There's. So everybody's getting waved around the pace car or something right now. I guess I'm confused on the Daytona part. I am confused with what's going on right now. So the leader is like back here in the pack. So yeah, the lights are back on here. Well, this is going to help everybody's fuel mileage out. But yeah, Matthew Kent should be up at the front, which he's right there in the cornflakes number 5. Basically, all of these cars should be the wave around and should be back on the lead lap, I think. And then all right, stand by for a quick second. All right, so here's what's happening. Hang on a second. All right, so we're back under green. So basically, what's come down to is the issue is the first set of cars. And if I get another caution, I'll show everything so it makes sense. The let me mute the chat here because everybody's asking for black flag clears. So basically, cars came to pit road there when the caution came out like they were supposed to. Then there was a whole set of second cars that came to pit road. And when that happened, basically the 5 was in the middle of the field now. So something got all jumbled up, but the 5 needed to be the leader of the race. So that's where everybody in front of him got a wave around and went back around. It's just one of those situations. I don't know what got screwed up. I'll go back and look at it after the race and we'll figure it out. But the 5 of Kent leading this race now. Colby Wells is second. Cawthon, Ayers, Lewis, your top 5. And one car up in the outside wall. That's Ayers, I think. Nope, Ayers going to make the pass. It's Cawthon. It's in the wall. So the 5, unfortunately, having issues. Or the 12. I'm just coming up with numbers now, apparently. As he falls back. I'm trying to think when the last time I had a troll actually come into my channel. That was interesting. All right. So Colby Wells has now gone to the lead. I hit 900. We're on our way to 1,000. I've got a surprise when 1,000 gets here, by the way. I've already come up with what I'm going to do. So 19 laps to go. Colby Wells now leading. All right, so while we're green, let me see. I want to go back to what just happened under that caution. So the caution came out at lap number, we're at lap 71 right now, so it should have been lap like 63 or so. Okay, so cars were on pit road at 61. Unfortunately, I don't have it like highlighted or anything like that, so I got to kind of go off of blindness here. As you see, Cornwell up there in the 6th position right now. All right, so the caution came out for Tim Abreu at lap 57. Okay. At this point, I'm going to show this to you for a reason. When the caution comes out, there's Matthew Kent. So we have a lot of cars right now on pit road. Matthew Kent, right there by that move, is the leader of this race basically when that happens. Because, so now they're going to catch the pack. And then what is going to happen here is we're going to get to lap 59 as the caution has come out. We're just going to fast forward here instead of me going to find the lap. Oh, we might have some issue. Oh, we got a crash. Matthew Kent has gone around now and in the wall. Oh, tough break here. I knew something was wrong because I saw people falling. Oh, Chris Lewis is wrecked. And others, Randy Cornwell involved, it looks like. So I tried to show the replay of what all took place. Now I'm going to have plenty of time to show it. The caution comes out for the 5th time. Let's see what happened. Oh, Kent goes down. Oh, contact with Lewis. So with 15 laps to go, this should bring everybody back to pit road. Now, did the 5 throw a block here? He moves down the track. There's a little contact there and then contact again. And caution comes out for the 6th time as the leaders are on pit road. Yes, it is. Race off pit road. I think Ayers got him. Oh, nice. All right, so Ayers leads. All right, now let's go back to really quickly so we can try to make sense of what happened. So the caution came out at 57 for Tim Averill. So while that was going on, so the caution comes. See if I can pull this off before the pit stops happen. Or before the green flag happens, sorry. So Averill jumps to the pits in a lot of cars. So Lucas Strayer, Matt Kent, Dominic Russo, Stephen Melnick, David Stringle, Eric Tupper, all leave the pits. Dallas Childers, as mentioned, those guys all leave the pits. So all those cars are the cars that were out in front of the leader. So then we come to lap 59. Pits open up. Drayton Cook comes to pit road. Kyle Ethier, these guys all come to pit road when the pits are open. Then we come to the next lap, lap 60. And this is where Craig Martin, Brett Rolls, Kyle Ethier, Dalton Wilson, Colby Wells, Alan Ayers, all those guys come to pit road. At that point, I believe the pits were closed. And that's what put them behind the other cars. So basically, because the lineup had Matthew Kent behind all those other cars, it gave those other cars a wave around because he's not the leader coming to the start-finish line at that point. So as far as I'm concerned, the way it appears is the way we have to call it. Or else you would have had the leader starting 15th in the pack, which that doesn't make sense in double file restarts. So hopefully that kind of clears up everything. But here we go. Going to go green with 11 laps to go. Alan Ayers, Brett Rolls, Colby Wells, Dalton Wilson, Eric Tupper, your top 5. Drayton Cook, Kyle Ethier, Dominic Russo, Sean Lester, David Fite, your top 10. As we wrap up the 5th caution here with 11 laps to go. Oh, there goes Ayers. Spun the tires. Gonna lock it down in the grass and give Brett Rolls the lead. Dallas Childers trying to get a caution. Who taught him that move? Oh, Eric Tupper with a good save. Gonna lose some spots. Not saying I've never done that before. Ooh, car's getting jukey now. Kyle Ethier, who's probably passed the most cars tonight, up to the 3rd position. Can the Daytona winner go back-to-back? His teammates side by side. Dalton had to get out of it a little bit there as Drayton Cook gets to his inside. Kyle might have something to say about this race in the end. Back here, Sean Lester fighting with the 7 of Stringle, the 222 of Craig Martin also there. Oh, Dominic heading for Topeka. 3 wide down the back. Oh, Dominic about got ran over. The battle for the lead is on. 3 cars. And Colby's got damage on the right front. Not sure if that came recently or not. Here comes a slider from Rolls. Oh, he didn't even have to slide. He cleared him no problem. It's going to bring the 29 here. Rolls clears for the lead. Some great racing up here at the front. Back there at 4th and 5th, Drayton Cook also in a battle, it looks like, with Eric Tupper maybe. Saw a couple of cars side by side there. It's actually Tupper and Wilson battling back there for 5th. Ethier slides to 2nd. Crossover from Colby. Four laps to go as Rolls hopes they stay side by side. Oh, Colby was almost clear. As Drayton Cook going to get into this battle here in a second. And now caution is out. Dallas Childers with issues over in the back straightaway. And hello, green-white checker. Oh, Childers gets loose and Alan Ayers finishes him off. Schiessmeister, who are you, by the way? Just curious. And Dallas just slides up, gets loose, gets free, and Allen just finishes him off. Tough break for the 10. We get ourselves a little TI overtime. Does anybody have tires left? Brett Rolls comes to pit road. Oh, let the strategies begin. I messed up the screen. Oopsies. So this tells me these guys had tires left. A lot of cars have stayed out here. Or is this a fuel move? All right, so we're going to come back to green here and get TI overtime. There's 3 attempts, I believe, at this. And Kyle Ethier is your leader. Drayton Cook, David Stringle, Lucas Strayer, Dominic Russo. Going to be your top 5. Here we go. Green flag as Lester spins the tires. Couple cars spinning the tires. I think everybody kept it straight as we stay green. And somebody's wrecking. I just heard a lot of skid marks. I guess not. I thought I heard a lot of sliding going on, but the 45's off the pace. The 018 is in the wall. Can they make it back to the white flag? White flag, final lap. Drayton trying to do something with Ethier. Gets a little free, but gets a good run. Drayton trying to get to his back bumper. Not going to be enough. What a start for Kyle Ethier. Back-to-back wins as he scores the win at Kansas. Lucas Strayer third, David Stringle, Dominic Russo top 5. Oh, geez. So we'll have to get the updated stats, but for Kyle Ethier, second win in 2 races, so off to a real hot start here, and obviously going to extend that points lead a little bit when it's all said and done here. So while they celebrate here, I'm actually getting the points updated here really quickly. And of course, they'll be unofficial with the penalties for accidents and stuff coming. Oh, that's okay, let me get that off camera. That is not safe for camera. So do you see the timing and scoring going across the top of the screen? Everybody finishing where they did. Of course, a little bit of question going on about the finish, and I'll explain it on the stream here when we're done with the interviews. Or not the finish, but the way the restart back on lap 60 was called. I see some chat going on over in Discord. I actually kind of responded to them, but I'll explain it clearly here after the race. But let me just finish up getting the points updated here really quickly, and we'll talk to our top 3 drivers. So unofficially right now, Kyle Ethier leads the points by 13 over Drayton Cook, who will jump up to second. Dominic Russo will be third. Eric Tupper, Colby Wells will be the top 5 in points when this is all said and done, of course, with updates and stuff coming here in the very near future. Let's talk to our top 3 finishers here tonight. Of course, starting with this is going to be a fun interview. One of the happiest interviews I think anybody ever gives is this guy here. What are you doing?
I think you already know what I'm doing with the top 3.
Well, you're drinking beer, I hope.
Oh, I am. You know this. No matter where I go, top 3, I'm drinking beer.
And attaboy. So, obviously, you show up here tonight in the wrong number. You get me all confused. But either way, you get the 41 car, a third-place finish.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was working on this car earlier today. I don't know why. I just thought about making a Nickelback car. Then when I saw you were broadcasting, I'm like, I really want to make Scala say the Nickelback car is leading the race. So I decided to run it even though it was the wrong number.
Way to go. Well, I think I did say the Nickelback car, but I don't remember saying it was leading or whatever. I was trying to figure out what paint scheme that was because I don't remember it ever being ran at a race. But
Scott Riggs 2005 Chevy Rock and Roll. There was literally only 2 pictures of it, and it was with the team. Like, not the team, with Nickelback. Like, there's no pictures of it on track, so that was me spitballing how to make it half the time.
Well, either way, it was a great race, man. Talk about what you saw out there on the track tonight. It was pretty wild.
Oh God! Oh man, that was a weird race for me. I was running. I qualified 15th because no one told me to run the bottom during qualifying, so I messed that up. Worked my way up pretty fast to the front, and I was just kind of chilling around. And then I was entering pit road, and I was following I was following Colby, and he sped, and I kind of sped behind him, but it didn't count for him, but it counted for me. And I'm like, I was going slower than him. What? So I got a 40-second hold on pit road, so I got that. But that's when the caution came out. Everything got all wonky. That somehow I ended up like right in front of the leader, but like not. But also like almost 2 laps down. I didn't understand it, but whatever. When that got situated, I wasn't even supposed to get the lucky dog. Dallas was supposed to get it, but I guess he ran out of fuel, so he pitted with everyone else. And when he pitted, it gave me it. I took tires, went to the front. That last caution, everyone pitted. I'm like, I had the lucky dog. I got 1 more lap of fuel, so I just coasted. And then the final restart, I'm just here for funds. So Drayton's really racing here, so I let him have a shot at the win. I was hoping he could have got it. I just made sure the 7 couldn't mess up that. So I'll take 3rd. That's a beer.
It is a beer. Well, great job, man. Congratulations on your top 3 finish, and well, send some shout-outs to whoever you want to.
I'll just say thanks to Chris Lewis for inviting me to this race. I really wanted a Gen 4 league, so hopefully I'll be around a little bit more. Also, I haven't said this in a while, but I want to thank you, our lovely broadcasters, Chris Scala, for doing an amazing job. Man, I've missed you. It has not been the same without you. I've missed you.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that part, and I missed you too, by the way. But your happiness always brings light to the broadcast. So, great job on the top 3, and hopefully we'll see you. Well, good luck tomorrow night on. I think you're on dirt, but good luck with that, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
I'm not racing tomorrow.
Oh, well, there you go. Best news ever. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. Great job, man. We'll see you soon.
See ya, man.
All right, buddy. As Lucas Strayer finishing in the 3rd position, and good job on his part. And yeah, let's move him down to the TI chat. Let's grab our 2nd place finisher, Drayton Cook, who has a good finish tonight. Had some blinking issues, but survived it all, survived the madness, and a top 2 finish for you.
Yeah. It's good to be back up here talking to you. The car was pretty good all night. Just really, really loose, especially there at the end.
Seemed like it was it tight center? Because it seemed like a lot of times the car would just slide up to the wall, and then that's when the back end would try to snap around.
Yeah, it just felt like it was plowing in the center. You'd get into the corner, no matter where you entered, even if you entered high, it just felt like it plowed up to the wall. And then by the time it kind of came to you and you kind of picked up that grip again, you're got too much wheel in it, so it's kind of just fighting it the entire way off.
The old tight loose. Well, talk about your battle there, because you you had to work your way up there through the field a couple times, and I know it wasn't easy for you.
Yeah, no, yeah, it was fun. Just the strategies kept getting all thrown around, the random cautions in the middle of the race that kind of you weren't expecting. We had I think I had a good strategy there in the middle. We were going to kind of short stint in the middle and almost put 2 cycles on the tires and see if we could make them last. But that all got messed up by that caution in the middle, and then the rest of the madness that happened.
Absolutely, yeah, no kidding on that one. Well, great effort still finishing in the second position, and send some shout-outs to everybody like you, bud.
Yep, definitely to Chris for bringing me on this year. With me getting back and whatnot, nice to get back into racing again. Rest of the team, and you putting this broadcast on, and just look forward to see everybody next week.
Absolutely, man. Well, great job tonight. Congratulations, and we will see you next week, as you said, or Thursday, right? You're in the trucks, right?
Yeah, I'll see you on Thursday.
All right, sounds good. See you Thursday.
Hey, take it easy.
Absolutely, you too. There's a fly bugging me. Anyways, all right. Drayton Cook finishes in the second position for TI Racing. And for those still watching the stream, if you're waiting to come chat, just hang tight, and I'll be there in a minute to come talk and stuff. I know there's some kind of unhappy people, which is understandable. All right, let's talk to the winner tonight. Seems to be a pretty consistent winner here so far, as he's on pace to win 8 races. As Kyle Ethier joins us again, man, I've watched you pass about 130 cars tonight as you worked your way up through the field, man, and get yourself another win.
Yeah, I accidentally took a set of tires on that first pit stop, and it kind of put me behind. And that last caution, the 5 and Chris there, saved me. I had to be 20 seconds back, so off the pace, waiting to put on the final set, and they crashed coming to pit road and put us in prime position.
Yeah, it worked out for you, and of course the cautions just seemed to keep falling throughout the race, and you got let me try to think. Yeah, you were one of the 4 that got caught in the first yellow coming to pit road as the pits closed with the first caution. So you had to work your way from the tail end multiple times and to get to the front.
Yeah, I like you said, I must have passed 130 cars. It was definitely a hustle out there, but I don't know. I like this place, and I don't know. It was a fun race. A lot of different strategies made it interesting out there. There were guys that would have tires, wouldn't have tires, and as I'm sure it looked on the broadcast, there was some lot of hard racing going on throughout the pack.
Oh, there definitely was. No, absolutely. It was some fun racing to be a part of and watching, and you did a great job tonight, and hey, your chance to send some shout-outs to whoever you like.
Yeah, just thanks again to everyone at TI, Chris, both Chris's, and CFT Brigade, Acid Walls Racing. Everybody puts it together, makes it happen, and hey, I'm having fun, and that's something, because usually I'm not doing well early in the season, especially after a super speedway. So this is an interesting start.
Yeah, I was going to say, to have 2 wins in 2 races here. You're on pace for 8.
Yeah, that would be something.
No kidding. So, hey, well, you get a points leader by 13 entering next Tuesday's race, and we wish you nothing but the best, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely, you too. As Kyle Ethier wins again here at the Kansas Speedway. Congratulations to him and Acid Walls on the win. And another one, we should say, to Acid Walls. So 2 for 2 on them. And we go from there. So I'm going to go talk to some drivers. But next broadcast Thursday night from Kansas here in the Truck Series for TI. Look forward to seeing everybody being a part of that race. Should be a lot of fun. So make sure you do come and join us. Remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya.